Good morning, America. Evening, Asia. Hello, world. Happy Friday, everybody. Boy, what a day. The American economy stormed ahead between the months of April and June. Let me show you the details. The first estimate shows that the world's largest economy grew that. Wow. 4.1%. That's, of course, an annualized rate, and it is the fastest pace since 2014. It's up from a revised 2.2% that we saw in the, I love that, in the first 3 months of this year, and just above President Trump's, his 4% target. Yeah. Now, the numbers give him ammunition to trumpet the success of his economic agenda, including December's sweeping tax cuts. He's tweeted this week about, well, promises kept, and is, as I said, he's due to give a statement very shortly. Now, the key question, though, is this. How far was that growth spurt linked to tariff-related activities? Because, look, stay with me here. There is evidence of Chinese companies shipping goods at a rate of knots into America, and American companies doing the same thing, shipping their stuff at a rate of knots into China, all trying to get ahead of China's retaliatory tariffs taking effect. Let's get rid of the cube. Let's go straight over and speak to Edward Stringham, who's waiting in New York for us. He's the president of the American Institute for Economic Research and economics professor as well at the Trinity College in Connecticut. And the first time on the show. Edward, great to have you with us. Listen, hey, credit where credit due. I've got to ask you, President Trump, he's been in the White House long enough now to claim that his policies are behind this number, surely.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. I would agree with that. It's been a up and down year. We've got a lot of very positive changes, I would say, positive changes in terms of deregulation of the economy, lowering of taxes for corporations. That's led to a huge increase in business. And so these things are actually good for the average American. They're good for the average business. So I think this 4.1 figure is actually quite impressive.
Yeah, and you say they're good for the average American and for businesses, but they're also good, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're also good for him because his ammunition box. When he's traveling the world talking to these countries and saying, listen, I want a fairer trade deal, if you're a country out there and you want to do deals with a booming economy, as you are, the world's biggest, as you are, they've got to follow Trump's rules.
Yes and no, I agree. It's a huge economy, and the fact that it's growing at this tremendous rate is very impressive. Trade is good for all parties, and people want to be involved with the American economy. It's good for American corporations, foreign corporations. Everybody around the world is buying goods from American companies, Americans buying goods from other companies. Sure, it's definitely important. Trade is tremendously important.
Can I ask you this, though? You've seen these reports where, this number could slightly be inflated with, those Chinese companies shipping stuff into America quickly and the US companies doing the same into China, trying to get ahead to beat the tariffs, right? Yeah,
there's some reports that people are trying to get these goods purchased before the tariffs kicks in. Things like soybeans, people are just trying to okay, buy now before these, they get hit. So that could actually be artificially inflating this number a little bit in the very short run. That's to be seen. Really, though, if those tariffs have a major negative impact, that's going to be showing up in future quarters. So that's definitely a worry of many people.
Indeed, yes. So we know the tariffs in place now to have an impact. They're too early, right, to impact this number today. But over the next 3 months and the following 3 months, we could see an impact. Can I ask you this, though, very briefly? Now we've got this growth rate. You've got your central bank, the US Fed, meeting next week. This is going to put pressure, isn't it? Do you think we'll see more interest rates, higher interest rates, the cost of borrowing in the US?
I mean, that's what a lot of people are talking about. All figures have been positive. Things like unemployment rates are way down. Job claims have been way down. But the housing market has been one area that's been softening a little bit. The inventories are there, and then the rates are actually having a potentially negative impact on the housing market. So most factors of the economy are positive. But certainly that is a worry for many people as interest rates start returning. And I'm not saying it's bad, by the way. The interest rates are at historically abnormally low levels. But as those return to normal levels, that could impact investment markets like housing markets, capital good markets.
Okay. Hey, Edward, an absolute pleasure. Short and sweet, but we appreciate it. Edward Stringham joining us live from New York.
All right.
The first time, but not the last time, Edward. We'll see you soon. Okay, let me run over here.